Welcome to the Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for April 9th, 2021. Town Hall reports, Gillibrand mocked over how she just defined infrastructure. President Biden wants a $2.3 trillion infrastructure plan, but less than 6% of that would actually go toward infrastructure in the traditional sense of the word. While Republicans have been vocal about the bill's reality, they got an unlikely ally in spreading the message that the plan is nothing more than a Democrat spending wish list. On Wednesday, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand tweeted, "Paid leave is infrastructure. Childcare is infrastructure. Caregiving is infrastructure." Many on Twitter mercilessly mocked the senator over the tweet. Republicans like Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell have been blasting the so-called infrastructure plan, arguing that it's a Trojan horse hiding huge tax hikes on the American people. McConnell said last month, "It's called infrastructure, but inside the Trojan horse it's going to be more borrowed money and massive tax increases on all the productive parts of our economy." Just the News reports, Senator Manchin, "There is no circumstance in which I will vote to eliminate or weaken the filibuster." Senator Joe Manchin, in an op-ed, said that he will not vote to nix or weaken the filibuster. Manchin wrote, "The filibuster is a critical tool to protecting that input in our democratic form of government. That is why I have said it before and will say it again to remove any shred of doubt. There is no circumstance in which I will vote to eliminate or weaken the filibuster. The time has come to end these political games and to usher a new era of bipartisanship where we find common ground on the major policy debates facing our nation." The West Virginia Democrat called for bipartisan compromise rather than ramming legislation through the chamber on a party-line basis. "We will not solve our nation's problems in one Congress if we seek only partisan solutions. Instead of fixating on eliminating the filibuster or shortcutting the legislative process through budget reconciliation, it is time we do our jobs." Manchin is a key vote in the evenly split Senate currently comprised of 50 Republicans, 48 Democrats, and 2 independents who caucus with the Democrats. Vice President Kamala Harris is the tiebreaker in the event of a tie. And finally, an op-ed from the Federalist states, "It's high time we make woke corporate America feel real pain. Here's how we can start. Companies must be held accountable. And when they carelessly and callously wield their power to strike out at the American people, they must be made to feel pain. Not simply nagging second thoughts or embarrassment, but real pain. Pain in their wallets, in their boardrooms, and in the offices of their general counsels." It's a tactic the American left long ago mastered. Boycotts and sponsorship threats have been a hallmark of their activism, but with rare exceptions, conservatives have failed to catch on. If a company bucks them, the left won't hesitate to use the power of government, from regulation to the Internal Revenue Service to the Environmental Protection Agency, to frighten them into subservience. What we're seeing is the most powerful people in our country, from Hollywood to Silicon Valley to Wall Street and the commissioner's desk, launching open war on Americans who are less wealthy and influential than they are. Christians, conservatives, the white working poor, our state legislators, these are their targets. We are their targets. Companies that have long taken advantage of our laws, carving out special nooks and crannies not available to the rest of us, think it's fine to turn around and attack and penalize Americans who even meekly try to protect our children from activists' experiments, guard our elections, and save women's sports. They think there are no consequences. They think they'll get away with it. It's time to show them otherwise. It's time to punch back. And that concludes your Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for April 9th, 2021. For more political news faster, visit saulsnews.com.